Okay, so I looked at this awning and a couple of things bothered me about it. One was that this rib wasn't just protruding past the gutter, it all looked like one monolith. So I pulled the gutter back. You don't really have to do that. But the thing I would suggest that we modify is the position of the awning is way too low. I put it at 12 feet and it just seems inappropriate. So I'm going to select that awning and it's 16 feet on our, or 12 feet on our original drawing, but I'm going to move it up an additional 4 feet. So I'm going to take it add just the 4 feet from that level, and then that'll show up in the spandrel area, and I think that'll look a lot more appropriate. So now we need to add some graphics to our columns here. We're gonna write the name of the building on these columns. We're going to rotate that vertical. The first thing we want to do is we'll go to architecture and we're going to select model text. And before we do, I'm going to cancel out of that. Before we do, we want to indicate what surface we want to put it on. So we're going to set the working plane. And I'm going to use the pick a plane method, which means that where I click next will determine what plane I want it on. And I want it on that front face of that brick wall, so I'll select it. And now I'm going to go to model text, and I'll just write Good Food Co-op. It can be anything that you want it to be. And I'll click OK. And now that's applied that text here. And I'll just randomly put it here, and we'll go to the front elevation and we'll actually just rotate that. So I'll select it, I'll grab the rotate tool, and I'll use a place a point of rotation, and I'll pull out and just rotate it 90 degrees. It looks a bit big. I'm going to drag it down a little bit. And if you wanted to adjust the point size, you can go to edit type. We can make a duplicate. Let's say it says 24 inches right now. We'll change this to 18 inches. I'll get rid of that 2. And we'll change this number to 18 inches. And click OK. And now we have smaller text. And I'll pull it up here. And then what I'll do is I'll make a copy of it on the other side. So I'll pick a common point here and just move it over. And since we know that's 20 foot on module, we want this to be exactly 20 feet to be in the same location. The only thing we haven't done, let's look at this in model view. Actually, these are a little thick. So I'm going to select, I'll see if I can select both of these. And instead of making them 6 inches deep, I'll just make them 3 inches deep. And I'll give them material finish, that is the rib material, so that everything looks a little bit coordinated whenever you change the materiality. And the last thing we need to do are add some railings here. So I'm going to go up to the mezzanine level and we'll draw in some railings. So what we're seeing here is the top of the spandrel. We don't see the floor because this floor and spandrel are getting mixed together, but we'll put that railing right on that center line there. So I'm going to go to architecture, railing, sketch a path, make sure I'm on the mezzanine level and we have that guardrail pipe selected. And I'll just grab on that center point and pull it up until we're close to where our glazing would be here. And complete that one off. And it looks like it's probably facing in the wrong direction because that was the center line. So I'm just going to hit the space bar right away to flip that over. I thought I did. We'll look at it in 3D view in a minute. I'm just going to draw one more piece of railing across the front. And we'll look at that in model view. And I'll zoom in here to see what it looks like. And yes, we do have the railing is on the outside, so I'll hit the space bar here. For some reason that's not changing, so I guess I might just have to hit the arrows in order to get it flip over. So now we have our railing there, our model text on the building is signage, our awning's in place. We're really good to wrap this up as a presentation, and we'll do that in the next clip.